Now, the tongue being a tool of the teacher causes the teacher to face a stricter judgment. Not many believers should become teachers because teachers shall face a stricter judgment from God. A teacher tells others how to live and correct them when they become short. In fact, the teacher is responsible for the lives and spiritual growth of those under them. God holds them responsible. Therefore, if the teacher fails to live what he teaches, they will bear a greater judgment and condemnation. The teacher must live what they preach and teach. Note 3 facts. This verse stresses a point truth. A person should commit his life to teach only if they cannot keep from teaching. Teaching is a high calling, therefore it carries with a heavy responsibility. Individuals failing to fulfill those responsibilities will receive the greater condemnation by God. However, a person is not to fear this responsibility and neglect the gift of teaching. If they are called and gifted to teach, then they must teach. The great responsibility and potential condemnation enhances teaching great dignity. And the third, a teacher's main tool for work is speech or the tongue. Therefore, it is the tongue and its use that will have a great bearing upon a teacher's condemnation. The tongue and its use that will have a great bearing upon the teacher's condemnation. The tongue is where the great temptation attacks teachers. The temptation to misuse the tongue, whether to promote false or misleading information, to gain unmerited authority, to spread rumors or gossip, or simply to speak unkindly or in an arrogant manner. So now, when we deal with our tongue, when we make false accusations, when we falsely accuse, when we choose to lie, we have the control to do what is right. We have that control. But it's up to us. We can make someone's life so much better if we would just do right by God. Why is that hard? Because we would love to please ourselves. If we would please ourselves and then use other people's aspects for stepping stones, we think it's okay. So if I lie on Susie and say that she's no good or she's cheating on her husband, how does that make me look? When the truth will actually better condemn Susie by just simply saying, Susie needs help and we need to pray for her. You don't have to spread people's business. You don't have to gossip. You don't have to slander. You don't have to do those things, but we choose to do those things. And when we choose to do those things, we bring condemnation upon that person that we're bringing down and upon ourselves. And as teachers, when we get in those pulpits or on those platforms and we're teaching the wrong aspect of how we should live in this world, God looks at that and he sees how we are misleading his sheep. And is he pleased? No. Now, our condemnation and our destruction might come right then and there. So we think we're getting away with something. But when it's all said and done, we still have to deal with the consequences of our action. So you might think you've gotten away with doing one of God's children wrong, but you being held to a higher standard, you're going to reap the consequences. So for today's lesson, let us learn how to use our tongue for good. Let us learn how to lift people up. Let us talk good. And if we ain't got nothing good to say, as my granny used to say, then don't say nothing at all. Sometimes it's better to walk in silence if all you're going to do is be destructive. All right. That's our lesson for today. Y'all have a wonderful day today. Thank you.